Huh? I'm sorry if I couldn't hear you over my son because he's being a little loud.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's
What
fine.
was that important thing that you just said?
Okay, go in general
Mm-hmm.
back where we were in
Mm-hmm.
the let me back up in the Cortana, and then it opens up. You got more details. Windows privacy options. You scroll down to account info,
Right.
and now account info you want to leave on, and you want keeper on, but Microsoft content off.
Okay. Hang on. Okay, so I'm looking at account info, but I don't see. Okay, I see Microsoft content off. Then I see let apps access my name, picture, and other account info off.
Turn it on.
Okay, that needs to be on. Okay, got it. Okay.
Leave keeper on. Turn Microsoft content off.
I don't see keeper. I don't see anything that says keeper.
Keeper is associated with your Defender.
Wow, it's
Did
not
you
here.
did you
This must be
did,
different because it doesn't show. It shows account
did
info, and
you
that's all it shows.
account info, and is it on or do you have it off?
No, I have it on.
Because if you got it off, it ain't gonna show nothing.
No, I have it on, and it doesn't
Got
show
it.
anything else.
Did you turn it on?
Yeah, yeah. I wish I could do a display capture or whatever, and I could show you, but yeah, I'm having problems with
Yeah,
that.
yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, well, okay, just contacts. Let access my contacts.
Off.
Next one there.
Everything's off here. Everything's off in here. I already just went through it before we went through there, so I think I pretty much went through all of them except for tasks. Privacy statement is on. Messaging, just turned it
You
off. Uh,
need email on.
radios off. Email on.
Task on.
Tasks on.
It,
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah. Messaging on.
Shit can really mess you up. All right,
Yeah,
feedback and diagnostics is off.
feedback and diagnostics. Hold on, where do you see that?
That would
Yeah,
be
yeah.
under other devices.
Other devices off.
Yeah, other devices is also off. I turned that off.
Okay,
Background apps off.
feed, feedback basic.
Feedback what?
Put it on
Basic,
basic.
basic. Yeah, I see that. Okay.
Yeah, okay,
App
okay. And then
diagnostics off and automatic file downloads. I don't see any. I don't allow it. Oh,
background apps.
yeah.
Background apps. You gotta
Background
leave
apps
on.
is also off. It's all off. Yeah, everything
You
off.
need to turn. You need to turn that on.
Turn it on. Oh, really?
Turn it on.
Okay,
Okay.
let apps run in the
Now,
background. Okay.
okay. Go down through there and shut off your camera if you're not using it through Microsoft. Your calculator, your alarm clock.
That sounds familiar. I
Shut
went
it.
through this guide recently. Alarm clock and what?
Shut off alarm clock, calculator, camera.
Yeah, done.
Okay. Cut off Groove Music. Shut off Microsoft Store. Not unless you're using games in Microsoft through that Microsoft Store, you need to leave it on.
Well, I may have to if the game is to be through there to do the beta. So.
Yeah, well, that's just it. Once you give the store access, they have access to pretty much all your.
Yeah, but I can terminate access to them at any time.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. You can actually
I'll
turn
keep
it
that in
off
the
if
back of
you
my
want
mind.
access to the store.
Okay.
Okay, this is just a background apps. This is just background
Right.
apps. Okay, photos, not unless you're actually
Nope.
using Microsoft on a phone
Nope.
or a laptop or something. Shut that off.
Yep.
Voice recorder, not unless you're using Microsoft to record your voice.
Nope.
Turn it off if you're using Microsoft to run Xbox.
Hmm.
Turn you need to leave it on, otherwise
Hmm.
turn it off.
Right.
Cause
Right.
now if you got Xbox at the house and you got tied to your PC with this operating system, you want to leave it on.
Right. Oh, this is going to turn out to be a whole how to defeat Microsoft from screwing up your Windows stream.
Automatic file downloads. App diagnostics off.
App diagnostics is
If you
off.
got Google, yeah, if you got Google, it's already doing all that.
Right.
Period. And their security. Um,
Right.
see what I'm trying to get at here is a lot of people trying to get at and see what a lot of Microsoft and Windows is doing. Windows is trying to think that you're using Microsoft and Edge as uh, accessing the whole internet
Right.
when they don't realize that people use other browsers and other app access to
Heavens to bid,
access.
right? That they would
Yeah,
actually use other browsers than Microsoft's.
well, see what they're trying to do is they're trying to be a one place shop all
One
do
stop
all
shop. Yeah.
operating system
Yeah.
when all that Windows is it should ever be.
Mm.
This is the reason why they have so many problems
Hmm.
is to be an operating system with
Yeah.
security. Anything outside of that, it's store, music, all that stuff is actually placing security downfalls in the operating
Putting
system.
security in jeopardy.
Yes.
You know when this all started? I'll tell you when this all started. This all started when somewhere between NT and XP they started incorporating Internet Explorer into the OS. And you remember when you had Internet Explorer standalone in Windows 98?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 7 was the same way. It didn't actually start changing until 8. 8 was a
Hmm.
little offset, and then they came out with 8.1, which had better security.
Yeah.
But 8, they Windows 10 or actually was created for Windows 8, not 8.1, and
Right.
the so rare Windows 9 that was a limited edition run of 8.1 that they don't even accept, you know, operation for, not unless you like some unnamed individuals that know how to run it. Um, Windows 10 comes from Windows 8. 8.1 was
Right.
the better
Right.
version of 8,
Right.
and it actually done away with all the applications and stuff that was actually placed on Windows 8,
In my
where
opinion,
they were see
8
they derived from Windows 8 and jumped straight in,
to 10.
bypassed 8.1,
Yeah.
9, and
Yeah.
then jumped straight into 10
Yeah.
because everybody was saying, well, how come I can't access this through my operating system? When
Hmm.
all due reality, that comment alone was the defining moment when Windows started losing their security.
Yeah. Well, they lost credibility too because they started introducing a very inferior system. And so the thing is I noticed that with Windows 8 is that 8, the difference between 8 and 7 clearly was when you started seeing that with the start bar being something that would be interacted more with a touchscreen versus a actual desktop. And I believe that 8 and 10 really should have been just exclusive to mobile devices, and that's it. And
Well,
7 should have stayed
I've got
desktop.
I've got a Dell 2020 touchscreen,
Hmm.
and it came with 8.1
There you
Pro
go. There you go. And
installed on it.
every mobile device and touchscreen PC out there shipped with 8 or 8.1.
Yeah, yeah, well, see, when they came out with Windows phones, it was actually the implication of Windows 10, to be honest. Okay. It wasn't called Windows 10 at that time,
Yeah.
but if you notice in Windows 10, 90% of the operating system is directly driven and directed at a mobile device.
Yeah.
They need a separate operating system for the mobile devices to their home PC uh, devices. But see, they rolled out the PC operating system, hoping that people will be able to access through Wi-Fi or whatever um, all that through that system, they could have it like a base operating system on a PC and be able to access it anywhere in the world. But you could do that on a phone as well. You could do that on Google. You could do that on in Linux. I mean, you could do it on anything. It's not nothing new. It's not nothing spectacular, and they're rolling it out as it's something great. And the next gen. When all the reality, it's just a mobile operating system. That's all it is a mobile operating system.
Well,
Period.
they just don't seem to want to listen to the consumer. That's basically what it comes down to. They don't take the feedback of the pissed off consumer and take that into consideration and understand that their inability to build a better device or not device but operating system that could make people's lives better rather than complicated. And for me, all this company, all they've done since they went to these more advanced systems is complicate my life. And when your computer doesn't function right and you have everything like what's going on right now with my computer, that really causes you a lot of stress and complicates your life. So but it also goes to show you how dependent we are on computers.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's social. Yeah, the internet. Well, the thing I can kind of understand on one point that they're trying to create revenue from allowing all these applications and all this stuff to access
Yeah.
through their system, but they can roll out something totally different from the operating system that isn't forced, like Cortana, like Groove Music,
Yeah.
like all this other stuff that's forced into onto the operating system that you cannot uninstall it.
Yeah.
It's permanently on the operating system. It's
Yeah.
part of the development or of the operating system. Why can't I remove Groove Music? I don't
Why can't you
use Groove.
remove Cortana? I mean, a lot of people don't use Cortana.
I don't. Yeah, I don't use Cortana.
I don't.
Period.
I
For
don't. It's
nothing.
the
Nothing.
fancy.
It's
It
simply
doesn't appeal to me. It's a fancy. It's just a fancy bells and whistles. And I mean, if I want to look something up, I look it up. Now, Google. Google has Google Voice, and I use that. I don't, work with Siri as far as iPhone goes. I don't have an advanced enough iPhone, anyways. It's like supposedly it's keeping up with the tech, but I really wonder if the tech is really even advancing because it seems more like, if anything else, it's not making any kind of real advancements or benefit to people. You know?
well,
And
I can understand on one point having Cortana for those who can't see
sure,
or
I mean, as far
blind
as
need to
assisting,
see it. But
visually impaired, yeah,
I think that
yeah.
should be an option, not a forced.
But it's not an option.
Um,
And this company lately, I don't know how lately, but maybe in the last decade, there haven't been too many options. Most things get forced on you, including the
well,
updates.
exactly,
And I'm
exactly.
sick
That's
of it.
that was a big thing. What 2, 3 years ago, and still continues.
I, for one, am very
I mean,
sick of
I
it.
don't I don't get it. They were supposed to improve that.
Well, this is a
Time and time again, they rolled public announcements that they were
yeah,
making improvements to it,
yeah, yeah.
and they never did. They
Well,
still haven't.
the
Okay.
thing is, there was that issue I was mentioning earlier where there was that nag, and people were actually having Windows 10 installed on their system without their permission.
Exactly.
And then they came back and apologized and said, okay, well, we're going to remove the nag, and we're not going to be as aggressive in the marketing of Windows 10 anymore. Because they were
Okay.
very aggressive.
But shortly thereafter, 6 months
They
later,
flip
they
flopped.
rolled out the removal of support for Windows 7.
Yeah, and then they left you pretty much with nothing but Windows 10. I think the future of Windows 10 is in jeopardy, and I'll tell you why. I think the entire future of Microsoft may be in jeopardy because more and more people are moving to Linux, and they're like, screw this, I don't want this anymore.
Yeah, well, exactly. Well, I mean, like put in the comments. I mean, millions and millions of people are leaving Windows 10. Period.
Yeah.
But their excuse,
But with no
something
support
like
for
this.
Windows 7, that's not exactly attractive.
Well, Well, you get Windows 7, you just got